A sketch of the locus of a complex number z is shown below. Write equations or inequalities in terms of z without using re-z or im-z for each of the following. So here we have a circle, and the centre we can see is at 1 minus 2i. So the circle, it's always the modulus of z take away the centre, and I can see the radius is 1, but we've also got shading inside, so that should be less than or equal to 1. Now here we have a ray, and we can see it's going at an angle to the horizontal of 3 pi by 4. So this angle basically is 45 degrees. Now we know those are always arcs, but this one starts from here. So that is the point which represents the complex number I. So we're going to be starting from I, z minus I, and that's going to be 3 pi by 4. The sketch in part A, which is the circle, is repeated without the shading, basically. For the locus from part A, determine the maximum value for arg z correct to 0.01, which needs to be in radians. So basically that's going to be the smallest negative angle in this case. So this is going to be a tangent to the circle from the origin, because it says arg z, so we're centered at the origin. So we know that this distance is 1 because that's a radius, and we look at the center of the circle, we can see that if we form this triangle just here, this distance is 2 and this one is 1, so this should be root 5. So the angle we want is this one. But to find that, what we can do is find this angle here, which of course is equal to this angle here because this would be symmetric. Now we're right angled there, so this is the opposite, and this one here is the hypotenuse. So let's just call this alpha. Sine alpha would be equal to 1 over root 5, which gives us alpha. So just put my calculator into radian mode, and inverse sine of, oh, I don't need a square root, 1, oh I do need a square root on the bottom, root 5. Bracket, and we get 0.4636. 0.4636. We know that this one is also alpha, so the angle we want is going to be negative pi by 2, which is straight down here, add alpha, and then add alpha again. So we're going to have negative pi divided by 2 plus twice my last answer, and that's negative 0.64 radians. Now just coming back to the question, I can see that the argument is not required in its usual range. So if we want it from 0 to 2 pi, the angle that we actually want is going to be all the way around to here. So that is going to be 2 pi. Take away our negative 0.64. I've still got that on the calculator, haven't I? So I'm going to say take away 0.64 ... because I can use that value. So I'm just going to add 2 times pi to that, and that gives me 5.64.